Alright, okay, so today we proceed with crisis management. Okay, as per last week, we have done on the registration and also regarding VM, IEM, and so on and so forth. Okay, so basically today we proceed with crisis management. Okay, and we have three parts. Three parts, 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3. So three part, engineering ethic and crisis management. This ethic you can find at my YouTube channel. Okay. So any question and regarding that this topic, engineering ethic, okay, you can forward your question in the WhatsApp group lah. WhatsApp group, okay, not personal WhatsApp group. Alright. Okay, and then we have the 3.2 and 3.3. So today we proceed with 3.2. So 3.2 is regarding crisis management. Okay. Alright. So by definition, what is crisis management? So basically, a crisis is a event, is a triggering event, is a event. Okay, event which is under circumstances we might like it or we might not like it. But basically, when we talk about crisis, is a we don't like it lah. Okay, but it's significant. Okay, and it's so significant that it's challenge the existing structure, routine operation, or survival. Okay, so the disaster crisis is about survival. Okay, so which means that this crisis is an event, either we like it or we don't like it. Okay, it's an event. But if we like it, it's okay lah. But if we don't like it and it affect us up to the survival, so it's a crisis. Alright. So this is a common features of crisis. Okay, either situation material unexpectedly. Okay, so either your decision required urgently. Okay, and then short time. Okay, you as you are aware that you if you do thing at the very last minute and time is short, so that is one of the crisis. Okay, you don't suka tangguh buat kerja last minute, so that is a crisis. It's a one type of crisis. Time is short. Okay, alright, and then we have a specific threat. Okay, so and then we have urgent demand, sense of lost control, pressure build over time, and then routine business. Okay, and then we have the demand of identify someone to blame. Okay, ini salahkan orang. Alright, and then we have the outsider, take an uncustomer interest. Okay, and then reputation suffer and communication are increasingly difficult to manage. Okay, so this is the most common features of crisis. Okay, so which means that whenever you are facing these items, so you are facing this one types of crisis. Okay, so this is the example you can find on YouTube. You can watch the video. Okay, alright, sorry. And then this another example of crisis management. Okay, alright. So type of crisis, we have 8 types of crisis. First of all, we know this is the most common one, which is the natural disaster. Okay, and then number 2, we have the technological crisis. Okay, and then confrontation. Okay, so this is either is a very is a small confrontation or is a big confrontation. Okay, which means that you need to confront either your friend or your enemy. So that is a confrontation. That is one type of crisis. Alright, so malevolence, okay, and organization misdeed, workplace violence, rumors, and terrorist attack. Okay, so these rumors either is good, is okay. Okay, so it's much similar with viral. Okay, so when you talk about viral, okay, baby is viral is good, in the other term is good, but in the other hand, if it's not a good news for you, So that virus is a quite a crisis. Okay, so it may increase your reputation or it will bring down your reputation, which means that these rumors, okay, is a type of krisis. Okay, sebab tu kita dalam Islam kita lebih fokus kepada jangan fitnah. Fitnah is a one type of rumors. Okay, alright. Okay, so this is a type of rumors. Okay, natural disaster is a common one. Okay, everybody knows what is a common disaster. Okay, then we have this common disaster. Okay, technological crisis. Okay, either software failure or industrial accident. For example, that we have this year or last year, the LRT accident. So LRT train accident. So that is one type of technological crisis. Alright. Okay, crisis malevolence. Okay, so this is the opponents or mislead individual use extreme tactic, okay, to purpose or expressing anger or seeking gain from. Okay, so this is the one types of example lah. Either it involve kidnap, okay, rumors or terrorism. So that is we call it as a malevolence. Right. Financial crisis. Okay, so as you know, currently we are in the financial crisis lah, because we need to reprogress again after the pandemic, COVID pandemic. So we have the financial crisis. Okay, so this is a crisis of deception example. Okay, so what is your deception towards your product or your about yourself, okay, and then dealing with customer. Okay, workplace violence, and this is a most common, okay, in the workplace. Alright, so basically either it involve employee with employee with employer, or amongst the employer, amongst the employee. So that is the example. So crisis management is to prevent the crisis to become a catastrophe. Okay, to become the disaster. Catastrophe is a very big disaster. Okay, so you need to have the very good crisis management. Okay, so the purpose is to prevent survival and successful outcome. Okay, so in order we can prevent it, you need to have a very good management to prevent. Okay, this some one types of the example is that you are conducting your CSR, so you need to know to evaluate the risk. Okay, so in order to trigger one types of crisis, so you need to very be careful in decision make. Okay, so basically you need to follow all the regulation, all the SOP. Alright, in order to prevent these types of crisis lah, you need to prevent. Okay, if it's happened, so you need to know how to survive. Okay, alright, in order to survive, you need to the step by step lah. Okay, so at the end of the day, so this is the outcome, either it's successful or not. Okay, so this is the plan. So starting with assess risk up to test, review and practice. Okay, we will discuss this further after this. So sekejap, kawan kamu masuk sekejap. Okay, kembali tadi. Alright, so this is the crisis management plan. We call it as a CMP. Alright, so basically we talk about management plan. There are many types, so many types of management plan. Okay, so this is a one types of example lah. We have the CRT, crisis response team. Okay, to build up what is the common plan, what is the common practice, or you do some training in order to manage the crisis. Okay, but the most common is we use the fishbone diagram. Okay, so you have the crisis plan, so you need to do these activities, okay, in order to plan properly, to train whenever the crisis come. Okay, so this crisis plan will at the end of the day will meet all the program objective. Okay, it, in this objective it includes proper communication, proper response, proper escalation process, proper maintenance, proper equipment and facility, record, and also the people. So this is your objective. So how to do? This is your step taken. For communication, let's say for example, you have the stakeholder, you have the measures, communication team, communication plan, media, management, media. Okay, this is the item you need to address when we talk about communication. Yeah. So this is a fishbone diagram. I think that you are aware how to use this fishbone diagram. Alright. Okay. So this is an example also. So start from crisis response team. Ini crisis plan. Okay. You alert, develop a strategy, and then respond action. Okay. Message means that you have the proper communication, and to end the cycle, so you need to review. Okay, to end the cycle you need to review either your step taken or what program or what activities you do. You need to re-evaluate either is effective or not. Okay, so that we talk about how the crisis. Okay, so this is a 5 crucial steps that will help you build a reliable crisis management system. Start with internal communication. So you need to aware that your team, your subordinate, your organizational, you must aware that all of you must aware how to manage the crisis. So the effective communication, you need to give awareness. Okay, for example, let's say during this pandemic, you should aware that how government give communication to all of the Malaysian netizen. Okay, for example, every day they forward the SMS. Every day forward SMS. So that is one types of internal communication. Okay, and then inside the communication they put in what is the potential impact. And then position yourself. Okay, so example, during this pandemic, during this COVID-19, you position yourself, you do self-assessment, which mean that if you have gejala, gejala demam apa semua, that we call it as a position yourself. Alright, so then number 4, create means for monitoring. Okay, so for example, the most common one, the most common one right now is that during this pandemic, this COVID-19 pandemic, so to create the means for monitoring, you need to monitor either what is your condition, what is your situation. Either you have a fever, either your fever is the continuous very long fever, or just 1 day, 2 day. So you need to monitor your health, and then you need to monitor your family. Okay, so that is a create monitoring. Okay, position yourself and monitor yourself. Okay, and then learn the lesson. If you have been exposed to COVID, okay, learn what you need to maintain the SOP. You need to follow lah. Okay, it's not about anyone else, it's about you. Okay, so basically if you maintain the SOP, the right SOP, so you can prevent the spreading of COVID-19. So that is one of the example. So this is example crisis management. So for example, we have the Coca-Cola pula, Pepsi. Okay, so the crisis has a crisis, okay, so which means that they have the people report they found the syringe pichagari syringe inside the Pepsi. So what Pepsi do? Pepsi release a video and make a public showing that their production process and demonstrate how do they made a can, okay, the apa can, and then what how it impossible to include a syringe inside the Pepsi. So that's only what we call as a provocative action from the competitor. So that is a crisis done by the Pepsi. Okay. Sorry. Okay, and then this is another example. It's a Union Carbide India. Okay, so this is a very popular, very popular tragedy. Okay, this is a crisis leaking because this factory producing plant pesticide. Tahu pesticide? Racun serangga. Okay, so a leak of methyl isocyanide. Okay, so basically this is very harmful. Okay, it's not only for the pesticide, it's harmful to human being. Alright, so basically this is leaking. Okay, this leaking is very bad, and it has affected 2,259 people dead. Okay, this is a quite tragedy lah. Okay, okay, so this is an example domino how they're handling the social media. Okay, so this is another example crisis management. Okay, banyak. Okay, Malaysia Airlines. Okay, Takata airbag. Okay, so this is the example of case study crisis management started with Volkswagen. Okay, so yang ni you can read on your own. Ada dia punya link. Okay, dia punya link kat belakang ni. Alright, Southwest Airlines. Okay, also example. Samsung exploding phone, also example. You can link below. Okay, so we talk about MKN, Majlis Keselamatan Negara, or Malaysian National Security Council, NCS. Alright, so this is the MKN. Currently we are dealing with. So we are currently in the process of pandemic. Alright, in the event of pandemic. So this is the MKN is the one government sector that overseeing this pandemic. Okay, so this Security Council Malaysia. Okay, the function is to defend national sovereignty and strategic importance and crisis and disaster management. Okay, so this is right now. Alright, so basically it chairs by the Prime Minister. Okay, and also this is the minister that inside this Malaysian Security Council. Okay, so currently we have the pandemic. Okay, that is the national. It's not national. It's a worldwide crisis. Okay, so what do they do during this COVID-19 crisis management? Okay, so this is the example. Okay, you can download. Okay, this example. So this is the point. Okay, so the case study, 4 critical point to make during the pandemic COVID-19. Okay, so put your crisis and business continuity plan to the test. Okay, but during this pandemic, many of the businesses is currently affected. Okay, and many have been affected very badly. Right, so basically that is the business test lah. Okay, so basically the economic is very what we call it as a apa, the economic very down, go down, and you need to re-strengthen back the economic. Okay, and during that time also the team, they create a response team. Okay, yang ni kita panggil sebagai frontliner during this event lah. Okay, and then the frontliner also the KKM, Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, okay, focus on the data. Alright, so basically still currently they also producing the daily data showing that the progress, the amount of patient affected by the COVID-19. And then at the end of the day, what they do is to keep people and working environment safe. So that is the one types of example. Okay, how do the government deal with the COVID-19? Okay, case study 2. Okay, so this is quite long. How do they prepare with the COVID-19? So basically be prepared. Okay, so they inform about COVID-19 situation, daily inform. Okay, with the daily data they inform all the Malaysian netizen. Okay, and then communicate. This is the effective communication. So they need to maintain their communication, which means that what is the state that very badly affected, so they need to send the response teams. So they must maintain the very effective communication. Okay, and then protect your workforce. Okay, so basically as you know, currently the frontliner has been put the third the booster dose. Okay, so that is the one type of protection for the workforce frontliner. Okay, and then protect your patient. Okay, they have we call it as a PKRC, okay, assessment, COVID-19 assessment. Right, so in order to prevent the hospital to being flooded with COVID-19 patient, so they have do the PKRC. So that is one type of example how do they protect the patient. Okay, okay, and then commitment during the crisis. Alright, so this is common. Okay, the border, all the border has been shut down. Okay, no other people is being allowed to go in, excluding the important person lah. Okay, extended work from home policy. Currently what we are doing, work from home. Okay, and then volunteer. Okay, and then technology. Okay, technology, what we meant by technology is that how do they increasing the technology, how to producing the oxygen level, because oxygen is very high demand especially in this COVID-19. So how do they producing the oxygen gas? Okay, that is a technology. And then restructure the event. Okay, how do they focus on the high cases and how do they manage the infection? So that is the restructure. How do you organize the event and then how you restructure back. Okay, and then this is the common ones. Yang ni kamu boleh baca. Okay, alright, panjang lagi, ada banyak birokrasi lah apalah semua. Okay, alright, so saya fokus pada dekat bawah ini. Okay, this is the most common question to ask about organization readiness on the crisis. Okay, so this is the 7th question to ask. Okay, why I am stressing here, currently you are doing your CSR. Are you ready or not? Okay, so first of all, are you ready to shift war fighting mode, which means that you need to decentralize your organization, very ready. Okay, if let's say you need to prevent, okay, you can do your event, but in the meantime you need to maintain your SOP. So which means that you need to very be careful, because the virus is still out there. You need to very be careful. Alright, and then Have you developed the right set of planning? So be prepared, do your plan properly. Okay, either you need to swab test or whatsoever, so you need to maintain very carefully. Bukan sekadar seronok-seronok, sebab kita dalam keadaan pandemik. Okay, and then do you have a flexible set of response modules? Okay, if let's say for example you have been affected, so what you do, what is you need to do? Okay, because your friend is being quarantined, so what you should do, your friend job, how you replace their job. Okay, so you need to plan respond. Okay, alright, and then you need to have a resource. Okay, so normally we call it as a funding lah. Okay, but as I mentioned earlier, during your CSR, the best is zero funding lah, zero cost. But all of your activity we need a money lah. Okay, cost lah. So you need to manage it very carefully. Okay, and then communication and protocol. Okay, during this pandemic you need to maintain your SOP, so you need to have your proper protocol, which means that they have the local authority, you need to maintain, you need to manage regulation. Okay, and then do you conduct regular simulation exercise? Okay, so this the best part is during your planning you can do simulation first. Either it's not simulation regarding you can imagine doing that, what is the risk first. Let's say for example you want to do gotong royong contoh. Okay, so you need to simulate first. So during that event, what is the risk involved, what is the benefit involved, so how to prevent the risk. Okay, to minimize the risk. Okay, infection and so on. Okay, so you need to very be careful. And then review all your necessary item. So that is the 7 question, the most common question during your CSR during this pandemic time. Okay, alright. Okay, so this is the example crisis management. Okay, banyak dalam ni kamu boleh tengok. Okay, ni contoh-contoh lagi lecture of crisis management. Okay, and then this is the last one will be the infographic regarding crisis management. So yang ni nanti kamu boleh baca. Ada banyak ni, ada banyak infografik dia. Okay, banyak sampai dekat bawah belakang sekali. Okay, alright, so habis satu bahagian. Okay, setakat ni ada apa-apa soalan? Berkaitan dengan crisis management. Semua okey?
Okay, sir.
Alright, alhamdulillah. Okey, so kalau semua okey, tak ada apa-apa semua okey. Saya ni dulu.